analysis related to the Bayfront project, specifically the Gaylord project. If you'd like a little more details, I have Eric Crockett and Denny who can provide some more details in terms of the work that they've been doing over the last couple of years and where we stand with the analysis.
Mr. Crockett.
I would turn it over to the project manager, Denny Stone, who's the day-to-day operations with EPS. I can speak to it, but I think he's got the relationship.
Mr. Stone.
Mayor and Council, EPS, as a result of the amendment to their previous contract, has prepared a pretty sophisticated modeling tool that allows us to do what-if analysis on different financing scenarios and different development phasing scenarios. So part of what would happen with this amendment, if approved, is that we would be able to have them exercise the model as markets change, as a development plan changes, infrastructure costs change. So that's a pretty critical part of our analysis of both the financing possibilities and the risk of the project. So any recommendation we would ultimately bring forward would be based on, in large part, on EPS work.
Thank you. A question for staff. Economic and Planning Systems did the independent financial review that was contracted, I believe, in late February, early March of 2007. And when Ms. Cacciadorian, you worked with Mr. Van Enu on selecting that firm, you went through 4 or 5 firms that had historical business with the city and chose Economic and Planning Systems to do the work. And I believe the work that they concluded was work that was acceptable to you. Is that true?
That is correct.
So my next question then is for Mr. Crockett or Mr. Stone. How much other work has Economic and Planning Systems done with the city over the last 5 years or 6 years? Or in essence, what in their background leads you to believe that they can be selected or should be selected through sole source for item 5A?
I can only speak to the work that EPS has done for the redevelopment agency. I believe they've done other work in Eastern Chula Vista, but I can't speak to that. So EPS was one of 5 pre-selected economic planning or economic analysis firms that we selected back in 2005. Based on their qualifications, we choose the most appropriate consultant for the work at hand. So the more complex deals like a Bayfront billion-dollar development, complex fiscal modeling, through looking at economic planning systems qualifications, they were more qualified than, say, one of our other economic consultants on the list. And so that's why they were chosen. They've done Bayfront, and other than that, they've done analysis for us on pro formas related to, I believe, 2 proposed developments along 3rd Avenue, and they have done a cursory analysis on our current exclusive negotiating agreement with Galaxy on the city courtyard.
Anything to add, Mr. Stone?
I would only add that the specific to the Bayfront project and Gaylord's project, it's taking a significant amount of time, longer than any of us expected. I mean, this process has drawn out with the Bayfront and with Gaylord for a lot of legitimate reasons, and it would be, in my opinion, it would be inefficient to change horses at this point in terms of these economic consultants because of the institutional knowledge that EPS has that they'll build on now in exercising the model that they've built.